G'day guys, my name's Josh, you can call me JaWoodle, and welcome back to 7 days, welcome back to update 1.0, where we are back in the stable build, and we're back in JaWoodle Park, my base building and testing world, because I thought of something new I want to build that I think is going to be a lot of fun. So I was looking at all the different bases that I've built, and I'm thinking about how bases work in 7 days in general, and all of them rely on getting up off the ground, getting some altitude to better control how the zombies think, which means you end up building, well, stuff like this. Big, tall structures up off the ground, because if you put your base on ground level, you can get attacked from anywhere. If you build it up, the zombies can only get to you from one direction. So, me being me, in true me form, I was trying to think of the laziest way, the least amount of effort possible to get that kind of result. And it occurred to me that all around the outside of Woodle Park is these big things. Nature's way of getting up off the ground. There's mountains all over the shop with clear cliff faces, so I want to build a cliff base. Something not too dissimilar to this, actually. This is just my viewing platform that I built before I started building any bases here, just to get a nice overview, a nice surveyor's post of all of the different stuff that I've built. But something like that, you know, just a little thing attached to the side of the cliff, hanging out over the edge. I reckon if we can get something like that, but then control the way the zombies fall off the side, we can take advantage of all the little things we know about the zombie pathing and how they think and what they will and won't do to make something, hopefully, pretty cool. Just looking around though, look at this. Look at that. How could you not want to build on that? A nice little spit of land. What I was really looking for was just the sheerest cliff possible. So as vertical as you can possibly get. No ramp, no fade at all. Just straight down, the straighter the better. And that, I mean, that's probably pretty bang on. And how tall are you? How tall are you going to be from about there all the way down to roughly ground level? You're going to be 28 blocks tall. We need at least 15. I mean, I think the actual magic number is 11, but I like to think 15 for a little bit of leeway there. I mean, that'd be pretty sick. Who would want to build a base on that? That looks awesome. Oh, there's also this, though. That's pretty good. A nice little peninsula of land. Because this is the thing though, if you build it right, you can have a nice easy access route for you, so you can just trundle up, go through your doors like normal with basically no care in the world, but you can throw the zombies off the side like it's, I don't know, ancient Sparta. What are you doing here? How is there a car up here? Look where this is. How did you get your bloody mid-1990s Toyota Camry up onto the top of a cliff face? What did you do? Just rock up on a Sunday afternoon, be like, oh yeah, nah mate, just gonna take my car bush bash and get it up here, get it stuck and just bog off? What are you? Are Camrys mountain goats? I'm not even mad, I'm impressed. What is the story that led to that? Alright, anyway, we're not here to question the abilities of a Toyota. That would be really cool. What I do want to see though, I mean, you don't quite line up. You're pretty close. What about you? Because the game is like locked into its north, south, east, and west building structure, so you kind of get something that lines up relatively well, which you don't especially. If I could just like rotate it a bit and just build from here straight out, that would be so much better, but I don't think that I can. Well, I definitely can't, but I could probably still make it work. The issue is I don't want to build off the sand at the top, though. I want to get down to the rock layer down below, which will be like down here, which means building, oh, maybe that's going to be the better way. Oh, I just want to build on you though. Look how good it looks. I'm going to make it work. I'm going to make it work. I'm committed. So that's the rock layer there. I'm going to go all the way down, get rid of all of you above. Sand. Is that going to be? That's sand too. Oh, one. Okay, so I have to embed my building blocks. If you build off the side of the sand, you'll only get like 1 or 2 blocks out of it, but this is attached to stone, which goes all the way to bedrock, so I should be able to build, I'll just go out this way then, I should be able to build as far out as if I was building on actual flat ground with basically no issues. Like, yeah, there we go. So that's how far I can build. That's how much support I have because I've gone out to the rock layer. It's so important. I already have so many positive feelings about this decision. I love that like there's like the little fingers of sand, little fingers of cliff caressing and holding the pillar. That actually looks sick. That looks so bloody cool. But now that I'm up onto the same level as the ground over there, I can start expanding this into a base. So the thing is going to be, like, the zombies are going to spawn weirdly on HORDE. There's no guarantee where they're going to spawn. They might spawn down to the valley down there. They might spawn up on the plateau. But as long as I give them a way to get up to them, they're not going to break down the pylon, the pillar that my base is standing on. So I think I might need to build like a little goat track, a little Camry track up the side of the cliff up here. Find a bit of a less steep way for them to go. That might be too far. That might be too far. That would be perfect, but I'm just a little bit too far away over here. I don't think they'll path that far away from me to do a U-banger and come back the other way. We'll try it, we'll test it, but I might have to make a bit more of a better access for them. You gotta be nice to the zombies before you throw them off the cliff. It's fine. I reckon I can make this work. So this is gonna be like the house part. I'm gonna build like the HORDE base part on the side, and I can get that in a pretty nice little line. Your sand, and probably 3 is there. No, that's still sand there. How far down do I have to go before I get some rock just to there? Okay, that's gonna be the start of the path across to the base. I'm gonna go straight across from them. So I'm just gonna build like out to the side. This is why going down to that stone layer was so important, because then I have all of the lateral building support that I'm gonna need to get across to there. Perfect. Rather than you just taking my word for it, I'm gonna quickly show you what I mean about the structural stability stuff. Like if I want to build off the side, you can already see. You can already see, like it's already getting piss colored to start with. If you want to build off the side of sand, you get 2 blocks. You get 2 blocks. At best, you could build on top, but then you have some extra resources you have to use. So just going down to the stone both protects it from zombies, but also makes it much more constructible. That's probably not the right word, but you know what I mean. But yeah, don't just take my word for it. There it is in practice. Don't build off sand. It's a bad idea. I mean, realistically, once you have this going, it's just a matter of, I mean, you have so many options. You have so many options, especially for something as perfect as this. I might have found terrain that's too perfect for it and, you know, remove the kind of problem solving of it, because really, you build a bridge that the zombies can't cross, you can put some drawbridges over it to make it viable for you, and it should be pretty fine. I'm gonna chuck you across to them. I'm gonna go with my ramp blocks. The critical component of this is going to be how the zombies think when they spawn down the bottom. That's going to be the main issue, because once you're up here, I mean, you're fine. You're fine. You're totally fine. I'm just trying to think about where I want the zombies to fall, because I need to throw them off the edge somewhere. But if they land on, like, this bit, like this little slopey bit here, that's not going to be far enough to avoid the destroy everything mode. They're going to go into rage mode and start breaking shit. So falling onto them isn't ideal. I want them to fall a little bit further out to the side, but I've already got, you know what? I can make this work. I can make this work. I'm going to get rid of some of you. We're going to make a bit of a shorter landing on this side and wrap this around. So kind of like, I make like a horseshoe shape little zombie dropper. So you can go out to them. I'm going to continue. Oh, you're not. That just looks annoying. You're not lined up anymore. Aesthetics matter. I can't be building something on the piss that badly. Get rid of you. Yeah, like a little like horseshoe dropper in here so I can sit in my base in the window and watch them all fall. I mean, that would be fun. It's like Ice Age, dinner and a show. Oh, you know what's even better though? I had these because I'm a pelican and forgot they were 3 wide. I wanted to put the door, my nice little purple door, onto my base over here. But how, is this 3 wide here or is this 4? 1, 2, it's 4 wide. I can totally make you a thing, because you're gonna be 3. I can flip you around and we can make ourselves a drawbridge. Can I get you up on the vertical side? Yeah, you. Is there a 4 wide? Is there a 4? Let's just go like door, maybe like a roller door. 5 by 4. If I grab you, can I rotate you as well? No, I can't. So I can't, oh, not with that one. Hang on. Hold your various horses like you're running a stable. You are powered though. Oh, they're all powered. I mean, yeah, the powers would work. That'd be really cool to use, but I think in the interest of making this a bit simpler, maybe I just need to make it 3. Maybe I just need to make it 3, or go down to you, across like that, and get rid of those ones, because then, I mean, that's why having the advanced rotation on the doors is so good, because I can chuck you not like that. You're going to need some support. Wait, what do I need support for? What? You're attached to the side of the block. What's wrong with you? There we go. So it's got to be a specific way. So I've chucked down some poles on the side. If you think about, if you were looking at the door this way, pretending it wasn't lying flat, but like that was a wall in front of you, it has to sit on a block. Specifically, this middle block there. So even though it's flipped around like a rather well-cooked pancake and it's looking a bit different, the mechanics of it, the way the game thinks about it, is still the door needs to sit, the bottom block of that door needs to be against something. So I've used these, wrong way, I've used these poles, just a regular pole. If you went the centered pole, it would be a zombie path, it would break everything, but this regular pole on the side in the corner of that space doesn't actually count as zombie path. So I can chuck you like that. Again, if it was rotated the other way, see if I can show you. It was rotated the other way, so it looked basically the same. If it was just facing, like trying to sit on this side, it would fall again. So yeah, gotta be the right way. Gotta make sure you're placing it down, down correctly. That goes like you. So then you have yourself a drawbridge. I mean, you could just run across there, but that's no fun. You have yourself a little drawbridge to go across like that. Perfect. Perfect. And then it might just be as simple as grabbing the wedge chips. There's probably, I mean, there definitely is other ways to make zombie droppers, but I haven't seen nor have I found any better way than the wedge 60s. It's so reliable and so easy. I can't imagine ever needing anything else. Just chuck you like that, grab a half block and chuck it up the top as well. I mean, I wouldn't mind making it a little bit, we could actually, because we're going around a corner, we could get some, probably not proper blocks, rampy blocks, and chuck you up the top, so if they do try to pile up onto the top of it, they'll just get pushed off the side. Kind of like that, I guess. I have to place that block there, but yeah, they can't get on top of that like that. That's perfect. That actually looks really good. That actually looks really good. It's nice and symmetrical. Symmetricality always matters. I'm just gonna grab a couple of torches. I know they're gonna call in screamers, but just for aesthetic reasons, chuck one there and one there so that we can see. And that should work really well. I'm gonna quickly grab my shotgun just to call it attention. I'm gonna get some Arlenes out here. Spawn 5 of them. G'day, Arls. They ignore the pole. They run straight to the zombie dropper. Fall that far away. They shouldn't. Well, I haven't figured out the path yet, but they shouldn't go destroy everything mode down there. Look at them. All confused in how you're going. But if I did the same thing with the door closed. Yeah, they go straight across. They go straight across. Drawbridges are great. I love drawbridges in this game. I almost forgot the most important thing. What's the point in living up in the sky on top of a thumb of stone? Probably another appendage could be more similar to, but what's the point of living up here if you're not going to take advantage of the view? Just put myself a nice little catwalk. I am starting to get to the limits of my structural stability, so I'm glad I went down to wood, because on top of you, I'm going to chuck in some catwalk railings where I am. Singles only, yeah, you. Go around like, oh, that's upside down, that's the wrong way. Chuck in some railings, but yeah, look at that. Look, we've got some nice windows, so we can watch the horde, we can see who's knocking on that door potentially, and come out here for cheeky frothies and coffees. Oh, it's perfect. It's gorgeous up here. Yeah, that was good. That was great. I'm enjoying that an awful lot. Okay, so now I just need, now I've got the base all done. Yeah, it's just a cube at the moment, but I mean, what a cube it is. Need some furniture, but we're fine. Now I just need to figure out how the zombies are going to think. So I'm going to quickly grab a couple of Arlenes down the bottom. I'm going to stand up where I know they can get to me and just see how they're going to think about this. So if I shoot a gun and see where they're going to go, because I think at the moment, yeah, that gully is too far away for them to try and track. So that's not going to work. I could either try and dig a path into the cliff, which would probably just take a lot of work. It's probably better off just building a stairway up to the top. I mean, why not? You know, got materials, we're fine. I have to go up there reliably and predictably. And a stairway's going to be stronger than the cliffside's going to be anyway. Yeah, okay, I think that's the good move. I think that's the right move there. But as long as they can get from this bucket back up to there again, they'll run forever. We've got a pretty decent ramp going, but I don't think it's gonna work. It does go quite a long way. And yeah, I did use a bunch of the cliff as well. Once I've got it up on the concrete, they shouldn't really start breaking things up there. But you're only 27. And I think the limit to their pathing at the moment is 40. So potentially, that might actually work. I'll go to my proper base. I'll stand over here. I will stand out on my balcony. Get a couple of zombies in. The door is closed, so they should path properly. So from here, Couple of Arlenes. Shoot the gun. Where are you gonna go? No. It's still too far. It's still too far. Is it just like sheer lateral distance away from me that I don't want to do? I might quickly run a horde, like a proper horde, and just see what they're going to do, because I don't think that's testing the way I want it to. So we're going to go horde knights. And it all kind of depends on where they're going to spawn, because I want them to test down the bottom. Where are they? Where? Oh, there they are. There they are. Go up the ramp. All right, after you're done fucking up the cactus, can you go up the ramp, please? Here, I'll help you. Look, cactus gone. Got the ramp. Got the ramp. Oh, we thought about it. So some of them thought about it, some of them aren't. Okay, we're close. We're close. We're right on the cusp there. I'm gonna try a different route. I've chucked in. Oh, geez, you're a little bit blocked up behind. Yeah, there you go, behind the ladders. I've chucked in a couple ladders there. Yes, it won't work for zombie dogs or bears, but I just want to see if the problem is like how far they have to travel vertically to get to me. Because, I mean, that's a pretty considerable hike once they fall down the bottom. If that doesn't work, a cliff base may not actually work at all. So it's worth testing just to begin with. More Arlenes. We're going to go shotguns. And there you go. So it was just the distance. It was just the distance they had to run up that last little bit. In fact, we could just watch this, couldn't we? Speed it up a little bit so we can see... see the remnants of our carnage. Open the door. Alright, unlucky, but the rest of them should go the proper way. Don't know why I bothered closing the door when the zombie dropper itself is a viable path. And they should just run that now forever. We'll get a whole bunch more, so we're going to see how they're going to go. They run around, they drop, they're good. I want to see this next big bunch go through, but those ones are just running the loop forever. Over they go. I mean, yeah, like getting up onto the cliff in the first place is one thing, but I mean, this is pretty good. If you're gonna have like a picturesque horde base, somewhere to live, a nice balcony, somewhere to invite Trader Jen over to that's got to impress her, why wouldn't you bring her here? And they'll just run that forever. Okay, so I want to figure out that ramp a little bit more betterly, because I don't want zombie bears or zombie dogs to be that much of an issue, but I mean, look at them. Look at them go. Not even thinking about any other options. Oh, that one Arlene just took a tumble down the ramp. The super fun happy slide straight into the vampire's den. We're good. Look at that. I could just watch this all day. To make absolutely sure it wasn't just like a glitch with like the terrain pathing or something, but there's something hidden in there thinking that means they won't path on regular terrain blocks. I mean, that wouldn't make much sense at all, but just to make sure I understand exactly what's going on in there, make this as easy as possible. As easy as possible, all the way up to the top. There is now a solid concrete ramp all the way up there. I will quickly break all of these ladders. I mean, it sucks to do, but gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. I'll need to get rid of all of them, just to see if they're still paths. I want to know how far they'll go before they turn around and say a red hot throbbing, yeah, nah. All the ladders are gone. Shotgun back, please, and then... Oh. Alright, those will have to do. Put my body back up where it needs to be and see where those guys are gonna go. Get their attention. Nah, it's a distance thing. It's a distance thing. Okay, right. Well, I can build ladders, like step by step along the cliff there to see how far they will go, what the magic number is going to be. Because I thought it was 40, but like from there to up here, what are you? You're only 35. Although maybe it's because it's diagonal. Does that count? Do they count traveling vertically as well? Because in that case, if it's 35 left and 30 high, well, they're traveling... My math is bad. That's like 60 blocks? Maybe. We'll see. To test that logic, I'm going to go 27 blocks up from the very base down there and 13 blocks to the left, which is basically where those ladders were to start with. So I might have accidentally stumbled upon the magic number there. I'll get rid of you too. I'm going to put ladders all the way down and see which one of these works. Because if it is 40, but it's 40 including vertical and horizontal, that might have been one. It's worth finding out. It's definitely worth knowing this for later. I've got my Arlenes. I've got my ladder, which I think is going to be 41 blocks away. And they're ignoring it. Okay, that's a pretty good sign It's a pretty good sign. I mean, not that they're running, no, they're pathing the way I want them to, but they're pathing the way that gives me an answer to the question that I was asking. A result is a result, and any result is good news, all the way up to the top. All right, so I've moved the thing one further along. Arlene, a couple of Arlenes and Ferals as well. Shoot the gun, get their attention. So that's it. So that's it. They wouldn't go that one block further, but they would go to you. So from you down to, like down to there. Although, is it just at the bottom of the ramp? Ooh, it does depend where they fall, but that should be about about 40 blocks. Or is it to me? No, that's not a meaningful number. Maybe it's, we'll check again from right up on the edge over here. So as far away from that ladder as they're going to be. Ah, okay, and they still like it. So why? What? I'm not sure. I'm not sure why that is. I wish I could tell you what the rule was going to be, but this might take some more thinking. So they're going 22 blocks away, 30 blocks up, then 22 blocks back. That's much more than 40. So I guess I've got like two options. I can either chuck a Yui and make the ramp go back up basically to the base of the dropper already. I could leave the ladders there, but then like dogs and bears will just kind of get confused and they might do some damage down below. Or I could go left and make like a bit of a spiral ramp up to there so they're still pathing across normally. Either way, it's going to take a fair bit of construction and a fair bit of resources, which again, the reason I wanted to use the cliff was to try and take advantage of the natural heights already to save myself the resources of building something bigger like those ones. So it's kind of getting away from the point there. Because look, I mean, look how much simpler this was. You're basically building on level ground, just with a death drop in between. I think this is going to work. It's not what I dreamed of though. It's not quite as concise and clean as I wanted it to be when I first started out doing this. So I'm going to get rid of all of you guys. Get rid of that ramp up to the top. Like I could have stayed there, but I just wanted to make sure that I'm testing the things I want to test. It's just, yeah, when I set up this morning, I was like, oh good, I can make something nice and clean and efficient, and now I've ended up building a giant spirally base up the side of a mountainside. Down you guys go. Okay, we'll give it a go, because I want to see how the dogs and bears are going to path. Get a couple of dogs. You're going to need to be tapped a little bit. To go, ooh, they are going that way though. You guys have just lost interest immediately. And you're also kind of running the other way, but you guys, oh, sorry, that might be why, I blocked their path. That was a me issue. Yeah, there we go. Now they're pathing properly, all the way they go. I mean, they didn't really have an option. The dogs don't really break terrain as much, but like they go all the way up. They're still mad, they're still pissed, and they're still gonna drop off the dropper like everyone else does anyway. Oh, and they hit the ground hard too. Okay. Oh god, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So, oh, see how he fell off the edge? Do I need to build safety rails? What are you lot doing? Do I need to build safety rails for the dogs going up? Hang on, look, I'll chuck in an extra wide platform there for you because apparently you can't be trusted to throw yourself off the edge. You can go there. You're supposed to throw yourself off up here. You're getting a little bit too early. You're going a bit too early. That's supposed to be my job. I just don't love it. I just don't love it. It's not clean and concise. We can do better. We can do better. And in fact, you know what? We have a secondary. We have a secondary over here. This little doodle of sand over here. We can probably do something the same. Before I move on, I'm just going to chuck in an extra pillar in the middle. You're connected to the bedrock. It's getting a little bit mad about it. I was going to build a nice little wall in here. It's taking a lot of space, I know, but I can stand behind this. That's really the only way to stop cops from vomiting. They will vomit at you through anything other than a full block, really. It's like ramps or wedges or half blocks or whatever. If it's less than like 3/4 of a block, they'll take a ping at you. So if I stand over here and I go Horde Knights to see how this is going to go, because there's no reason that they shouldn't path properly. I just want to run a quick Horde Knight against it and see how they go. It should be completely AFK now. I just hate this. This is ugly. This is unaesthetic. I don't like it. I mean, it may not be pretty, but it's working well. They're all pathing properly, and actually, funnily enough, why are they all walking so slow? Is they walking slow because of the ramps? But they're all making their way up properly. They get to here, they hit the zombie dropper, and down they go again. So it works. It's functional. It's working properly. I just don't love it as much as I should. I love this bit. I love that bit there. If we completely ignore everything else, this bit, in fact, that bit there is great, but everything else, all of this nonsense, I mean, yeah, you could. It works. It's fine. It does what it says on the tin. The tin just happens to be ugly. Okay, well, now, thank you for that. I want to try and build something better. I'm not satisfied with that. Funnily enough, though, that, like, this big gouge here, this one happened to be naturally forming, but that was kind of my initial idea for how this could work. Because we know that zombies, as we discovered in several different iterations of bases, because zombies won't get to your level and then go like down, particularly actually in the base that I'm doing in the 1.0 playthrough, in the fire station base, they won't get onto my level, then either go past it or below it, and once they get to my altitude, they will work horizontally to find me. So I can take advantage of that by building something like that, but less severe and less naturally formed. Because if I want to build, for example, my base out on here, I can dig a little ditch, dig a little like moat at the front, give them a different way to get to me that I can control. But if I dig a ditch at the front here, they won't go into that and try and cross it if they have a better way to go, or a better way in their mind. I've made a nice little 2-room platform on here. It shouldn't really be that difficult, I don't think, which is famous last words, I know. But here's the thing, so the best drop's further out. The best drop's all the way out here. I can probably drop them down that side. That one's a little bit too messy. They're gonna fall far enough off that side. I don't particularly like it. So instead, I'm gonna go from over here, actually. From over here, just gonna go straight. Oh, I could get him out to here and kind of do the same thing I've done over there. Because if I have the dropper out this way, I can still see what's happening. But the most important part of this is yet to come. I just need to build the zombies pathway first. So I've just rigged up this little contraption here for a moment, just gotta show what I'm talking about. So obviously, I've even put a door over here to make it as unappealing as possible for the zombies to go that long way around. So if I get now some Arlenes out here. No, not the dogs. Arlene, sure, Darlene. Fat-fingered it. They're obviously going to take the much more direct route of going across the Sand Peninsula to get to me. Nice, good. But if I dig a little ditch down here, doesn't have to be too deep. It might actually have to be exactly too deep. I was using double O. But if I dig a little ditch like that, they're not going to go down. I'm going to make it 3 wide. They're going to go down to a different level, then come back up to me. The only question is, how deep does that little ditch need to be? So let's give that a go. Is that going to change their pathing at all? Some actual Arlenes, please. Get your brains on. Oh. Yeah, look at that. They're like, in fact, yeah, nah, hot stuff. I'm going to go the other way and get thrown off the cliff instead. So something like that, just a little addition. Like obviously that's not a massive ditch. That's jumpable. It's even climbable. Like it's not that big of a deal at all, but they will not go to a different altitude from you to get across an obstacle. And in fact, I can make it even better again because I am obviously a block up from you. I've just thrown those Arlenes off the cliff and then completely forgotten about them. If I go something like this, so it's already up on my level, that's even less incentive for them to drop down. So I'm basically making the ditch deeper, but more importantly, I'm getting the zombies up onto my level first and taking all other options away from them. Oh! Whoa, hey, what? They made it back up. Maybe this was the place I should have been in all along. They have their own routes? Okay, hold on. Hold everybody's phone like it's 1995. There you go. Around you go. What happened there? So they drop. We have a natural pathway for them. I need to fix up that catch point, but that's okay. So they drop, and they have a route. So unlike, oh my god. I mean, I was lured in. I was lured in by the big rocky dick over there, when instead, where do you go? You can just take your own causeway, your own channel that the water's carved out. This was the one! I should have listened to the Camry. The Camry knows. That must be how they got up here in the first place. All the way up. And I don't need to do anything. It's already there. It's already perfect. And back up you go. Back up to them. And then back off the side again. See, this is why you gotta love the environment, because the environment will love you back. I can get rid of this. Even though this is working perfectly, I'm just gonna make it 1 block deeper, just so, you know, an errant zombie doesn't climb on the shoulders of one of its friends and try to get across. And in fact, I could make another drawbridge now. I could do anything. I could just run. I could just hop the thing like a happy kangaroo. It's not a massive gap like that one was. This one's far, far simpler. So good. So good. All right, well, all I need to do now is just build the rest of the owl, the rest of the base, but it's far less on the edge as that one. Like, that one's still cooler, obviously, but like this one's much more feasible. Just dig a ditch, couple blocks down, give him a different way to go, and chuck a zombie dropper in, and even with a door, and even with everything else, I love that. I love that. And I love that there's a pathway for him over here too. That one would have worked, it was just too far. This one apparently is nice and close. Alright, listen, did I spend way too long building out this base because I secretly really love it, or overtly really love it? Yes, absolutely I did. Even to the point where I've put in windows, I've got my balcony out here, I've got my bedroom with a nice light and stuff. I've got a view of the other base too. I've really gone far further with this than I really should have and wasted a lot of time, but hey, that's what base building is all about. I don't even need to do anything though. I can just run this as it is and nature will look after me. I've made sure there's nice strong blocks between me and where cops might be so they won't vomit at me. So I should be pretty sweet to just hang out over here and just watch what happens. It's going to be relatively dark out there. We're going to see a whole lot even with the torches. Well, I want to see where they spawn. I want to see where they spawn and how they spawn and where they're going to come from. Look at him. Look at him on the hop. Come on, everyone. What a view that is, by the way. What a view that is. They're trotting on, and I've just got this sick-ass cliff base up there. I love it. I love it so much. Here we go. Here's the first one. First one gone. Where's the rest of them? All taking their time, working their way up the hill. I cannot believe that worked out so well. I left those Arlenes to wander, to go free, but they found a way back up onto the plateau again. And down, and down, and down. I haven't fixed up the little choke point there. I really need to, but in fact, it's probably even simpler than that. I'll get rid of you, and I'll go copy shape and rotation, swing around like that. There you go. Now you have nothing to get caught on. It's even smoother. It's even smoother. And around they go again. So look at that. You know, if you just know what you're looking for in the world, you can make an AFK base. You don't even need to build yourself up into the sky. Just take your Camry and get up there on its own. I'm so happy. I'm so happy with how that's all worked out for me. It could have gone any way, but it went the best way. I'll chuck in on face. I'll chuck in some lights in my little bedroom. In fact, that'll do. That'll do. That's all nice and lit. That's all nice and lit. So, look at that. A nice homely little base. Enough space for everything. And nice and safe from zombies. Beautiful. But with that, I'm going to have to leave this episode here. It was a 2-for-1 special. We got 2 cliff bases. We worked out some sides. We figured some things out. And in the end, it worked a treat. If there's like a nice little gully somewhere, a nice vertical sheer drop, you can totally exploit that for your own base building needs. I never have to worry again. You save so much time and resources, so you can spend those resources making a kick-ass modern house on top of a mountain with views to die for. Because look, meanwhile it's foggy as shit at the moment, but look at that. Look how good that would be if you could see anything out there. I love that you can see the torches from the other zigzaggy path. So there you go. 2 horde bases for 1. But I have to leave this episode here. There's more things I want to build and more things I want to try. I just got very much carried away with this one. We'll have to come back and build some more stuff and test some more things and figure out how else we can have a lot of fun in this game in another episode, because this episode is done. So thank you guys for watching. Most of all, thank you to the patrons on Patreon who made this episode possible. If you liked, make sure you hit the like button down below and subscribe to this channel. Follow me on Twitter. We're going to talk to you there first. I'll see you in the next episode. Have a good one.